from the soul with it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? The Island Rex coming to you live with yet another video. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be a part of the notification squad. So I want to talk to y'all about J. Cole's new project, KOD. So he recently released the project yesterday. I bought the project, the project was probably released at like 12 o'clock a.m. I purchased it literally at like 11:59. Like, I was that hyped about this album. And I just want to give my reaction, give my review. I was going to give my reaction on the night that I listened to it. But, I'm the type of person that I have to listen to something like a couple of more times just to take everything in and, pretty much process everything. The instrumentation and, the melodies, the vocals, the levels. Like, I listen to the music in a different way, I guess, because I'm a musician. So I kind of listen to the mixing, the quality, the metaphors, wordplay, everything. I try to get everything I can, and I try to process the information of what the artist is, trying to detail. I'm gonna give my rating on it as well, and I just want to talk about, did it live up to the hype, or did it live up to my expectations? I can't really say it didn't, but I can't say it did. I feel like, I just was kind of puzzled because I'm looking at the album artwork, and I know a lot of people call me like, man, you're a conspiracy theorist. You think everything is a conspiracy and blah, blah, blah. But, that's just me. I don't know. I just kind of, my antennas go up. I do a lot of reading, a lot of research. Right now, I'm reading a book that, was recommended not to me, but to the viewers by, Professor Griff, which is called The FBI War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leaders. And, I'm reading different things, so my mindset is kind of totally different than the norm and someone who's more enlightened. But just back to the project, I thought it was a dope project, but my antennas went up because, I know he said that on the front cover, the artwork, he was just like, well, my album, this is not in no way promoting drugs or whatnot, and he got kids like doing different type of drugs in the artwork or whatever. So my interpretation, once I listened to the album, he was just, this is not a roller flip, take it to a quarter break, and he talked so many times about doing drugs, and I knew to the average person, because I felt like, I'm like, bro, like, why are you rapping about drugs? It took for me to listen to like Thought Crimes video. Shout out to Thought Crimes, man. I be going to their channel and watching a lot of their reviews and stuff. So I just wanted to hear somebody else break it down and to try to look, maybe, because I wanted to understand it, to fully grasp it, and hopefully they could, like, bring it down to my level to I can understand. So hearing them break it down, it really did make sense, and it made me look at it, because I was looking like, oh, hold up, did J. Cole just sell out, bro? Like, did he just sell out? And, I seen him standing next to Cardi B. I seen him, just like, he's starting to get the airplay, more recognition from, the NBA, playoffs and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, like, my antennas went up. So I could be looking too deep into it, but at the same time, nobody's to be trusted anymore, because I don't know, what anybody agenda is who's really trying to make money. But, I still like J. Cole's music. I could give y'all like my favorite songs off the album, but, like I said, my antennas went up instantly, bro. And like, y'all probably won't understand, but that's just how I feel. I don't trust anybody nowadays, bro. And, I paid, the $10 for it, and I was still thinking about getting the physical copy. If I had to rate the album, I will rate it definitely just off as a listener or as a fan of music. I would definitely give it an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I felt like it was a dope album. Nothing will never top Born Center to me. I felt like Born Center was like one of his greatest projects. And the reason I say that is because he had so many impactful songs on there, like Crooked Smile was one of the most impactful and uplifting songs since I'll say Tupac's "Keep Your Head Up" in terms of, especially is more impactful. Probably not than that song then, because they was calling. That's when the whole calling women bees was like getting a lot of bad, publicity at that time. But now you have to deal with depression, social media, the filters, the Me Too movement, and all these women feeling all this, these dealing with different insecurities in today's society, and you know how the women, these butt injections and all these different like plastic surgeries, lips injections, and different things. And I felt like that song was so important and it was needed in this culture, in this society during that time. You had Let Nas Down, which was one of the best hip hop moments ever, and Rich Niggas, Power Trip, just songs that stand out. But you know, the Land of Snakes. It's so many dope tracks on that album. Born Sinner, the album was a classic to me. I love that album. Like, it was so well put together. The melodies, the instrumentation, like everything. But my favorite songs on this album, I like the Motive 8. I think that's the song where the only reason I like ATM because of the video. I like the video. It was a lot of money references, and when they was breaking it down, the theories and stuff and the deeper meanings and stuff, I felt like it was dope, like, and I really loved it. But I shouldn't have to put a video to a song. I just felt like I should be able to get it right then and there. And it was people that, and I knew that this would happen. This is what I was trying to explain to my father, because I felt like I was starting to think, like, was J. Cole a part of the agenda? Like, was he pushing the agenda of the elites to promote these drugs? And because we heard that Snoop Dogg said something about artists dumbing, they're starting to dumb us down. So I'm like, is he next up to be part of that, things that are hitting in plain sight? So did he use that as a flip, or did he use that because he's conforming, but he don't really want to conform, but it's like it's his turn, and he had to do that in order to put this out. So I really don't know. I can't trust nothing, like I said, but at the same time, it was a dope album just off the strength. Like I said, the Motor song was I like the fact that they used the Get Money sample. I thought that was dope. 1985 was by far like one of the best songs on there. I like Photograph. The whole album was just nice. Kevin's Heart, I didn't really particularly feel like Once an Addict, but I did like the album was dope, bro. Like, that's all I could say. The album was dope, and I'm looking at it. I don't listen to it. Just the intro probably more than everything, but just trying to get a full understanding of it. Because I'm like, bro, I can't listen to nobody that's sold out. To me, I just can't believe. It's hard to believe anything nowadays, bro. If y'all understand how I feel, let me know. But it's just hard to believe anything nowadays, because I grew up like one of the biggest Lil Wayne fans. And then as I studied Lil Wayne, as I got older, and it's like Santa Claus to me, like, I don't know, bro. That's just me. But let me see how long this video been going. But like I said, I gave it an 8.5, 9 out of 10, just off of, as a fan, from a fan perspective. I just felt like, and the reason I said that I didn't go full detail, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but I was speaking with my father, and I was just telling my dad how, with the album, the simple-minded people will interpret it as if he does drugs, and they gonna like it simply because, he does drugs, but they gonna move on to something else, and that's all they're gonna take from it is the drug addiction part. You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna be, to the a simplistic person, it's just like it's about drugs. You see what I'm saying? So I wish he would have pieced in there more of the message, instead of the album being kids on drugs, or kill off drugs, or kill all drugs, or kids off drugs, or something like that. Just for the subconscious, to let people know that we gotta get these kids off these drugs, and kind of have a more simpler message, because to the average man, they be like, oh, he was talking about drugs, man. Like, yeah, that's gonna make me want to do it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people, like I said, that one of my Facebook friends wrote me, it was like, yeah, bro, I didn't know J. Cole do drugs. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm like, bro, like, but once I heard deeper meanings. I was like, he wasn't on drugs, but they got the same interpretation, like that interpretation that I got. I'm like, bro, like it should have been a little bit simpler. But that's just my opinion, bro. Like, J. Cole, I like J. Cole, bro, and and I just wish him the best. I don't know what this culture is heading. You had Lil Pump diss him, and these younger rappers just don't understand. Uh, and I was like, man, maybe they just having fun for the most part. But anyway, y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out, bro.